So speaking of calculated risk, I know you found a program designed to teach some of these lessons to a new generation, trying to keep history from actually repeating itself.
Well, as we know, risk is a part of any business, but when you factor economics and weather, nothing is more risky than agriculture. I had the opportunity to meet with a few award-winning FFAers who spend their time dealing with financial risk and reward at a young age. When we think of risk in young adults, running a feeder operation or planting 200 acres of wheat are not the first things that come to mind.
We'll sow a third of the crop before harvest, and then a third during harvest, and a third after harvest.
Whenever they have high stress levels, their immune system goes down, and that makes it where they can get diseases like bovine respiratory disease. So we're trying to keep as little stress possible.
Lacey Newlin from Burlington and Jeremy Weichel from Cordell were this year's FFA Risk Management Essay winners, and 2 of 10 from across the U.S. who won a trip to the nation's capital, where they met the Secretary of Agriculture, Ed Schafer.
It's been going on, and being able to write an essay that wins over the judges is really dependent on a strong project.
Projects like Newlin's stocker feeder operation.
It causes $1 billion in damage every year to stocker operations. So that is something that I'm facing a risk by buying cattle that could substantially die from this disease.
Newlin is referring to diseases young cattle can get if not cared for properly. She and her parents care for as many as 900 calves at one time, which involves an extensive vaccination and feeding program.
They're given rations, specific rations that they build up to higher protein rations, and we feed them on a feed wagon that measures how much feed they're given and how much they eat every day.
Using the specific rations to get the most gain and growth from her cattle. Newlin also cares for horses and shows lambs, gaining responsibility her ag teacher says is all part of the FFA experience.
So every student who is enrolled in agricultural education is required to have a supervised agricultural experience program. And through that, students are required to keep record books where they keep tracks of their expenses, their incomes, everything that they do involving their project.
Jeremy Weichel sells his cattle and wheat on the future markets. And by keeping records of his inventory and past performance, he can reduce some of the risk involved with agriculture.
I use risk management tools to help mitigate my risks. I have wheat insurance, and I wrote about how I use forward contracts with my cattle and wheat insurance, and how in being diverse and having multiple sales throughout the year with my cattle and wheat crops, I can have a cash flow and always have money and be able to make my land payments and things like that.
Weichel is a 5th-generation farmer and works alongside his father, using experience to make decisions around the farm.
Well, the main thing I've done is just show him, historically what I've been able to do. And when we can look at his records and see that, he's got some good potential, he can use my records as a benchmark for his own.
A benchmark necessary to reduce risk in a program preparing today's young farmers how to find reward through hard work and experience.
Do you like the FFA? Oh yeah!